The breaking news that is currently making rounds on the internet space is that Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has just declared a national state of emergency on Nigeria security training institutions, stating in strong terms that our security training facilities are all outdated. This includes the training facility at the police training institutions, civil defense, and other security agencies. And with immediate effect, a committee has been set up at the National Executive Council meeting level, which was made public by the Governor of Enugu State, Honorable Peter Mba, who made this revelation to the general public. And it is this same Governor of Enugu State, Honorable Peter Mba, who currently heads the National Executive Council ad hoc committee that is charged with revamping the Nigerian training institutions. And according to Peter Mba, this very committee has been divided into two fractions, of which himself head one of the committee that is in charge of the South, while the Governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, heads part of the committee that is charged with the northern part of Nigeria. And part of their responsibilities is to go out there to visit all Nigerians' training institutions across the 36 states and begin to review all the training facilities that is available at those training institutions, making sure that there will be a total revamping and total renovation of these all, identified or spotted outdated training facilities. They maintain that many of these, training facilities were built as far back as 1940s, 1946, 1948. That you cannot use, security training facilities or architectures that were built in the 20th century to fight the security challenges of 21st century. So Peter Mba equally maintained that the committee or that the federal government of Nigeria will set up an emergency, trust fund that will help to make sure that adequately these training facilities are well equipped to meet the security challenges of Nigeria, as well as for this country to compete favorably with the rest of the world with respect to technology, moving away from analog systems and getting on board with digitalization like artificial intelligence, robotics, mechatronics, and all of that will help the Nigeria security and training institutions to do better. He also maintained that Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu has given an approval to employ more 30,000 police officers in Nigeria. But this very project of, employing more 30,000 personnel will not be fruitful at the end of the day if there are no updated, adequate training facilities to actually properly train these police officers to meet the challenges of the 21st century. So as we speak, Peter Mba has started visiting training facilities. Currently, he has been to one of the training facilities in Lagos State, where he also maintained that he was able to spot out, outdated training facilities, as was observed or recorded by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu when he visited some of the training institutions way back in October, around October 23rd or 25th. So currently, a lot is happening at the presidency, simply because one man, the president of the greatest country on earth, in the person of President Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States of America, made a tweet. Made a tweet at somebody or someone that is passionately concerned about protecting the lives and properties of Christians all over the world. And ever since then, people just run helter-skelter in our dear country. Now, the question is, what would have happened if Donald Trump had not reacted, made that tweet, and even getting ready for possible military action in Nigeria? What would have happened? The answer is not far-fetched. It would have been business as usual. Yes, it would have been business as usual, because I learned also that after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu declared this national state of emergency, he ordered all the heads of this training institution to submit a full detailed report to him within 30 days. So you begin to ask again. Now today, all these institutions begin to write report to the presidency. Even in the last administration of President General Muhammadu Buhari, if you begin to fact check, you will find out that all the heads of these institutions, training institutions, may have also submitted a report. And this time now they want to submit another report. I sincerely hope that they will do the needful. And in view of all of this that is going on, because even Ted Cruz, who started this very legislation, this bill at the American Senate, and eventually Donald Trump designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern. He made a video recently thanking Donald Trump for making that bold step, and he maintained that he is proceeding further to make sure that all the politicians and political office holders who are pushing for blasphemy and Sharia laws, every other actions or inactions that promote the persecution of Christians in Nigeria, that is going to make sure that these persons are adequately identified, punished accordingly, and also receive visa ban from the United States of America. So what would have happened if all these men didn't take this step? You see, I've always told you people that our politicians know exactly what to do, but many of them are very complicit of the sufferings we have in Nigeria. Many of them are complicit of the insecurity we have in Nigeria. Even Adams Oshomole at some point made it very clear at the House that the illegal mining, for example, you see in Nigeria are being carried out by top military generals, military officers.
Those involved in this illegal mining, they procure arms exactly the same way as our military were doing in the South. They give them arms. They use choppers to come and cut away the gold. Chief of committee chairman of defense staff, tell the defense I said so. That with some retired military officers, army officers are involved in it.
But nobody will do anything. Even the president will come on board and they will brief him that these are the people doing this. And it will be business as usual. Rather, they will also collect their own share of the abomination and atrocities. And the illegal mining will continue. Why I cited this news is simply because on the 15th of July 2024, the Speaker of House of Representatives, Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, made it clear that 80% of the insecurity in Nigeria is being accounted from the illegal mining going on. That the people responsible for illegal mining are part of the persons causing insecurity in Nigeria. If that is entirely true, then what are the legislators? What is the presidency? What are the Nigerian security agencies doing about it? Practically nothing. Until Donald Trump made a tweet that he was going to, come with military action in Nigeria. Everybody just they fear. Anyhow, meanwhile, one of the Fulani headsmen has sent a message to Nigeria and Nigerians. He maintained that all of you that are rejoicing now that Donald Trump want to, come to Nigeria with some military actions and all of that, that you should ask yourself that if the killing continues, even after American soldiers comes to Nigeria, that you should better go and ask other countries where American soldiers have stepped in for some type of military action, as was announced by Donald J. Trump. Make una listen to that man.
Muna tsaka da kyau mu muka samu Donald Trump ya ce wai cewa zai kawo ma Najeriya hari. Wai akan wai Kiristoci ne ake kashewa, wai ba a kashe musulmai. To zahirin gaskiya dai musulmai su suka hi shan wahala a bisa Kiristoci. Gaskiya ku Kiristoci an kuna cewa za ku gayyato mamu Donald Trump wai wai ku a kare ku ne. To ku je ku tambayi can irin su Libya da sauran kasashen da Donald Trump ya hada kuma wannan wallahi mugun masiha ne a mu yan Najeriya, wallahi zai aikata wannan nan bai da imani, jahili ne. Finally, the only thing I will say at this material time is this: Donald Trump should do us well and tweet about INEC. Yes, because since Donald Trump made a tweet about Christian persecution in Nigeria and everybody just run helter-skelter. I remember the former INEC chairman, Professor Yakubu Mahmood, promised he was going to review and tell Nigerians what happened with the technical glitches they claimed that happened in the year 2023 presidential election. Till he resigned, no show. So Donald Trump should do us well to start talking about Nigerian INEC, because without having an incorruptible INEC in Nigeria, it's difficult to elect a man of our choice in election. I listened to Isaac Fayoshe where he was making that submission that Donald Trump should start tweeting about INEC in Nigeria, and I solidly stand behind him on that very submission, because our government are taking us for a ride. They are taking all of us for granted. They don't send any of us. They just sit down, they do what they want to. They know what is right to do, but they will never do it until an external force way strong past them, like that of Donald J. Trump, comes into play, into the picture. That is where you see them begin to run helter-skelter. That is why I said from the beginning that I support whichever step or action Donald Trump or the United States of America wants to take, because we live among rascals in this country. They have polarized and compromised everywhere in Nigeria, every institutions. How many pastors you see they talk in Nigeria today? How many general overseers?
You see, majority of them are all complicit. So that is why it hurts me when I tell you that we live among rascals in Nigeria. Don't doubt me. I know what I'm talking about. So I sincerely hope that American government, possibly this Ted Cruz, will also begin to dive deeper into our electoral umpire, INEC, because that is where the problem lies ahead of 2027 presidential election. So at this point, I sincerely hope that things get better, and I hope that Donald Trump is not backing down. He needs to keep the fire burning. Otherwise, we will go back to Egypt, where the pain started. Now, everywhere now don't they look like, say, things don't they change small. Nigeria can be better, and even better than the United States of America, the moment we have good political office holders. For those of you where they say, now these people be our problem, now this church, now this one, they are not your problem. Your problem is your political office holders, and it starts from Mr. President down to the local government chairman. These are the people who have made you poor, impoverish your children and even your unborn children. So until we get our political leadership right, those people that have your interest and my interest at heart, those people who are ready to work selflessly and tirelessly to get Nigeria up again to where it should be at the international springboard, competing favorably in all ramifications. Until then, we will continue to talk the same story and cry the same cry. But I hope that it gets better. And at this point, I will allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person, Siam. God bless you.